Hi everybody, good morning. So, little short video, a summary, and that first question is what's the most important muscle that we have in our body? And do you have a 4 inch problem? The most important muscle in our body is the 4 inch muscle, and that muscle is between here and here. Our brain, our mind stored in here. The most important thing that we have is our mind, and within our mind, that's our subconscious mind, because our subconscious mind controls everything that we do in our life. All of the information, all of our learnings, all of our understandings, all our fears, doubts, worries is stored within our unconscious mind. So the unconscious mind is the most important thing that we need to focus on. It can create success or failure. So, with that said, then what is the most important thing? Well, the most important thing is what influences our subconscious mind, and that can be collapsed into three key areas, and that can be environment, people, and ourselves. So the environment, the source of information that we take in the environment, go into our unconscious mind. Have you ever found yourself maybe watching TV and you sit there and you could be just locked out, zoned out, go into a little trance, and people might call your name and you may not hear them, and then they click you out of it then, and you go, oh, you were in a trance watching that media. In that trance, anything can go into your unconscious mind through what you see, what you hear, and the emotions that's around it. So we have to be careful of what we let into our unconscious mind. The media, the news, TV programs that we watch, shows that we watch. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be watching TV. I love watching movies. Movies I find is very inspirational. But there is certain programs and certain things that are not so much inspirational. So we need to be aware of how the radio we're listening to, the negative shows the media we're taking, all of that information can be get into our unconscious mind, and we need to be aware of that. And you need to be aware of the sources of information that's get into your unconscious mind as well. So that's number one, is in environment. So media, news. One of the most important things that you could do each day is listen to audio CDs in your car while you're driving, listen to inspirational music, read books, listen to audio programs, take in good information, because what you put into your unconscious mind, that will fill up your unconscious mind, and then you will act that out in the day. So as within, so without. So fill your mind with what you want, with all the good stuff that you want, and then that will be reflected in your day as well. So that's number one, is the area of environment. Number two is people. The people you surround yourself will either lift you up or pull you down. The people that you meet on a daily basis, their mood can impact on you if you allow it, but you have the choice to choose. You have the choice to choose to accept or reject what all the people say to you. You also have to choose the choice to help to change other people's state as well. So be aware that other people can affect you massively. So one of the things that Paul O'Keegley will always say is, when people phone you and say, how are you? If I was any better, I'd be boasting. And that simple statement goes to change people's states straight away, and it puts you in a better state as well. And so you make their day happier, and as a result of making their day happier, then they'll help you to get the results that you want as well. So use that statement that Paul uses: any better, I'd be boasting. Other thing that you can do is you can put up a shield around you or a glass pane in front of you, and don't allow other people's crap to stick to you. Protect yourself from it, because you have the choice to reject it. So the other thing you can do is, if people are around you are in a less than resourceful state, is you can help them to change their state. How do you help them to change their state? By simply asking them a question: what was the happiest time in your life? Can you remember the happiest time in your life? Even if you sit there now and begin to remember the happiest time in your life, you can't but think of that and get into a good state. So, but if you remember a time which was a happy time for them, what you could turn around and say is, do you remember that time when we were at the beach? Do you remember that time when we were on holidays? And as soon as they think of that, they think into the good memories. The good memories come to the surface of their mind, and you can't but feel good, because when you think good thoughts, that leads to good feelings, and that good feelings leads to good vibes, and those good vibes lead you to take more positive, resourceful action. So that is the area of people. And the third area that can influence us hugely is ourselves and how we think. Our thoughts create our feelings, which create the actions that we take, which create the results. If you're in a less than resourceful state, you're not going to take as resourceful action. If you're in a positive, more optimistic state, you're more likely to take a positive action. You will influence people around you when you're more positive and optimistic, and your energy levels is of a higher level as well. So on a daily basis, one of the things that you can do is remember the times that you've had great results in the past. Remember happy memories from the past. Remember successful memories in the past. And the reason why you do that is you're de-weeding the garden, which is the garden of your mind. You're fertilizing the garden of your mind. And when you think of all the good memories, what that does is it brings those to the surface, and it tends to attract more positive thoughts, more positive feelings, and you feel better about yourself. So one of the things you can do every day is just remember 3 times, happiest times in your life. Maybe that's when you were married. Maybe that's when your kids was born. Maybe that's when you got a great result in your business. Maybe that's a great result in finances, that you got that new car. Remember those good times and give gratitude. Gratitude on a daily basis. You need to be thankful for all of the things that you have in your life. And gratitude is not about rhyming off a list. I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for this, I'm thankful for this, like a robot. What gratitude is about is feeling it in your heart. It's about vocalizing it and saying, thank you for all of these wonderful things that I have in my life. Because when you're thankful for the things that you have in your life, more of those good things will come into your life and into your day. So be thankful, be grateful every single day. So it's how we influence ourselves. I often heard a statement many years ago was if you speak to the mountain and you believe and speak with authority to that mountain will be cast into the sea. And I could never really understand what that meant. But what that means is speak to the mountains which is within you. Don't allow those mountains of negative thoughts or fears or doubts or worries to take over. You speak with authority to them. Say to them, I am in control. I am in the power. This day is magical. Speak with authority. Speak with words with emotional content. I feel absolutely great and amazing. Wonderful results is coming my way today. There's magic coming your way today. I feel it for you. So speak words with authority. Speak words with emotion. That changes your state. And when you change your state, that impacts your unconscious mind, which impacts everybody around you. You feel better. You feel happier. Feel more resourceful. So that's the next thing. So then the other thing that we were talking about the other evening is the reality principle. You know, it's good to think positive. It's good to fill your mind. You need to do that. But there is a reality that not everything in your life is going to go the way that you want it. And there's a couple of things from that. The number one thing, two things mainly. One thing would be, okay, you set a result that you want, you focused on it, you fill your unconscious mind with it, and it doesn't come about. Well, maybe the lesson in that is that, you know, maybe you haven't been practicing enough of really focusing on filling your mind with what you want. Maybe you've allowed those negative influences of people, of environment, etc., to come in and sabotage your success. And that's number one, is to be aware of that. Number two is there's no failure. There's only lessons and there's learnings. But if you don't take the lessons and you don't take the learnings out of the things that go wrong, then that is failure. So it's always to ask yourself, if something doesn't work out, something doesn't go well, what is the lesson? What is the learning? You take the lesson, you take the learning, and then that helps you to grow, to develop. Yes, we need people to help us to get the results that we want in our life. And sometimes, you know, we've the ability to influence other people. and an influence on other people, the best way to do that is for us to influence ourselves first, and then we can influence people better, and we can help to change other people's state by asking questions, by various things like that. But sometimes people, we just can't change, and you need to be aware of that, and you need to make a decision. Is this person raising me up, or are they pulling me down? And maybe sometimes you have to make a decision not to be around that person. And if you want to get the result that you need, and they're dragging you down, then you have to make that decision for yourself. But there's the reality principle. Remember it. Take the lessons, take the learnings, help you to grow. Not everything is going to work out, but you know what? There's only lessons, there's only learnings, there's only growth. So the most important muscle is your 4-inch muscle, your unconscious mind. Protect your unconscious mind. Only put good flowers in the garden of your unconscious mind. De-weed your unconscious mind. But remember, in the times that you've had successes and happiness, and joy in your life, speak to those mountains with authority and tell them, I'm having an amazing day today. And today, there's miracles coming your way. Today, you're going to have an amazing day. Be aware of it. When that miracle comes, enjoy it and give thanks for it. This is Declan. Have an amazing day. Thank you, guys.